Welcome back to the LTS, guys. Your host Duncan in studio. I'm here with Taka the boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And on today's episode, we shall be talking about the clash between Manchester United and Chelsea. Man, two elite teams going at it, trying to battle out for some bragging rights on who at least can go to Champions League. Because right now it looks like both of these two teams are just fighting for Champions League spots at this point.
I mean, that's the holy grail for both teams.
Yeah.
And the competition is not easy. I mean, we're there, Liverpool.
Yeah, Aston
Villa is in there. Yeah. And from, I want to say from 7th going all the way up to
around
10th,
12th, yeah.
10th, 11th there. They are 2 points away from also fighting for the same positions.
Yeah.
2 to 5 points away from fighting for the same positions.
I think this is the closest that difference has been in a while. Check like the previous 3-4 seasons, man. This is the closest because someone in 10th, one win and you're leapfrogging against to 7th,
yeah.
6th, 8th.
Yeah, but you see, if you talk about it in that context, right? Yeah. You have the likes of the Brentfords and the Evertons and the Bournemouths and the Brightons. Yeah, it's more credit to them because the quality of the Premier League has been in debate a lot this season. Yeah, and it's I think it's because most of the focus is because most of the people watch the top 6 teams, right? Yeah. And the quality of the football within the top 6 teams, the traditional big 6 has been poor.
Yeah.
So yeah, going back into your game and you against Chelsea, yeah, this is a very important match for both of you because it will either set you up or set you back.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it set Chelsea back, man. Liam Rosenior's men couldn't really master up enough chances, or even the chances they managed to create, they couldn't bury them. They hit 2 posts, I think, in that game.
Yeah.
Liam Delap in there and then the Mazraoui thing that hit the bar. But all in all, I feel like Chelsea in the first half, I think I could give it to them because they actually looked better than us. They looked like they could hurt us coming forward, but they just failed to do away with their chances.
Yeah. This is very characteristic of Liam Rosenior's time in Chelsea. I'm not going to come out and say he's had a very poor time because he did have a few games where he started well against Hull City in the FA Cup. His FA Cup run is actually quite well. And in the Premier League, it's just so hard because they haven't scored a goal in a month and a half, bro.
4 games on the Spain, man.
Bro, yeah, no one goal. Considering and it's considering the much of their firepower is coming from Cole Palmer or João Pedro.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the guys are not pulling up their weight from Delap to Neto to Estevao to Gittens. So
it's looking a bit of average.
Yeah, it's very average around the players.
£1 billion spent on such a club, and you can't even bring up backup dancers to do a job, man.
Yes.
It's not looking good for Chelsea, man. I think João Pedro has the biggest miss in this game because arguably has been their best talisman this campaign, and the way he links the midfield, at least to the wingers, at least everyone eats when he's around.
Yeah.
But Delap, man. My guy is a wrestler.
Weirdly, this wasn't one of his bad games because this was one of his better games, bro.
He kept pinning Heaven back and then at least Mazraoui back. I think he actually had a very nice game, to be fair.
Yeah.
But there's still more to his game that we haven't seen. Obviously, at Chelsea, number 9 is expected to have at least minimum 15 to at least 20 goals.
Yeah.
If you're not even raking in half of that, bro.
It's curtains for you.
Yeah.
But I want to give credit where it's due. So United, they come into this game, they have 2 centre backs who are sent off.
Yeah.
They have one who's injured, right? They had to rely on a 19-year-old in Heaven and a right back starting in as a centre back. I'll give credit also for Luke Shaw because I saw Luke Shaw doing more defensive duties as opposed to his offensive duties. He let the likes of Bruno and Cunha take the ball forward.
Yeah.
He stayed back. Dalot, 1 run or 2 in there.
Yeah. I think Dalot, big shout out to him because I feel like he has been one of our best wing backs this season. It's so funny, right? As a United fan, right, we don't like him in general. Right? I'm speaking for myself, right? But bro, kudos to him, man. He has been playing out of his socks. Very composed, man. He didn't lose the ball. At least he's winning his duels. He won his duel against Garnacho the whole game. Pocketed him, man. So I can't say anything bad about Dalot at this point, man.
Bro.
One of our best players on the pitch.
Yeah, when I saw Garnacho coming in, I was like, bro.
Boy, clapped, man. Nice, love. But there's a sequence where Garnacho was bearing down, right?
Actually, Garnacho was having a good game.
Yeah.
I think he didn't have a bad game. He just wasn't very productive when you needed him. But when you're looking at his ball carrying ability, yeah, it was probably, out of all the Chelsea players, he was the best. Because Pedro Neto wasn't carrying ball very well, because I felt like he wasn't releasing the ball when he has to. He would spend so much time on the ball, more time than
his
necessary.
decision making is a bit long.
Exactly.
But to me, I think Pedro Neto looked like their most dangerous player.
Yeah.
There's that cast ball he kept delivering in from the left, but that ball was giving us problems. That's the same ball Delap hit the
But
bar
that was coming towards the end of the game, though.
Yeah.
Because before the game, I feel like Pedro Neto would hold the ball and he would try to push the game forward, right? But you have people making runs around you, so it's probably like Gusto, Cucurella. Yeah. They're trying to make overlapping runs around him, and he would miss it because he's holding ball a little bit longer than he has to, and then. Yeah, he'd pass it eventually, but he would give United, their defenders, more time to shape. To clog up that 6-yard box.
It's all in the decision making. I feel like don't get me wrong, I feel he's a good player, but his in-game IQ needs.
Yeah, he needs a lot of growing up
because there are certain moments where at least a quicker pass gives at least Gusto an extra yard to put in that ball across the face. But if you take the longer, extra 2 seconds, extra 2 touches, man, that space is covered. So they struggle to create. Paapa not being on the best of his days, man. But to be fair, big shout out to Kobe Mainoo, man, because he had a monster performance, man. He was mainly the man to real mark Paapa in those spaces, and he did a very good job. Yeah. He won most of his duels. He was the one kick-starting our tempo, man. He was controlling everything, bro. You clearly see the difference between the Leeds game when it's Ugarte in there with Casemiro, and then you see Kobe and Casemiro. But different contrasting performances, bro. Man of the match in this one, Ugarte, man. I don't even want to say anything.
I think Ugarte needs a different challenge. Yeah. It might be that time.
Yeah, but that Italian arc is coming.
But I will say this, right? Yeah. This game just created a microscope for Chelsea. Yeah. I mean, United has been having a nice teach ever since Curry came in, and it's looking good. But for Chelsea, it has been the total opposite. These are two managers who came pretty much at the same time.
Same time,
and they have very contrasting ideas. Yeah. Yesterday, before your game, there was a Chelsea protest at the stadium. Yeah. They were protesting the club. The vision of the club, where they are going, the manager, and the recruitment of players, and how much money they're using, and which is not actually turning into what it's making them more money, but it's not making more football for the club. Exactly. You get
they're entering into that Ed Woodward Glazer phase we were in, where we were just buying players and no turnover on things.
Yeah, I mean, at least financially speaking, these players do bring a profit, because the player comes in and they sell him for close to the same money or even more.
Definite profit markup in there.
Yeah, 20, on their financials, this looks very clean. Yeah. But from a fan's perspective, this is like 4 steps back. Yeah. It makes them feel like the club doesn't understand the space that Chelsea is in. Yeah. In this century alone, Chelsea has won more trophies than any other English side.
True.
You get in this century alone. And these are guys who came up 5 years into the century. That's 2005. That's when they started hitting it big. So between 2005 and 2026, no one has won more. So these fans, that's all they know. Some of them have been born into this. Yeah. And the club, their decisions, their spending, should I say their decisions, their spending, the choices that they have made hasn't reflected the culture of Chelsea that they know of.
It kind of feels like the Blue Core, right? Todd Bowley and those boys up top. It feels like they took on a club, right? They wanted to maybe experiment, but they didn't understand the core values of Chelsea.
Yeah.
And it's right now you can see 2 contrasting visions. What the fans see, what their club has to be, and what the top guys see for it. And it's clearly apart right now, man, because look at the £1 billion squad, what it's doing, bro. The front 3 of Delap, Garnacho, and Pedro Neto, man,
Yeah. But
You could add all their goals and they won't make 10 this year.
But if we're to be objective, maybe it takes a bit of a learning curve and they will get there. But do fans have that? No. Do we as haters have that? Yes, please. More of this. More Rosinia, more. Keep this up.
I'll keep buying more Garnacho.
Bro, we have Cody Gapco now.
Bro. Manu Ugarte is waiting for it.
But all jokes aside, from a Chelsea fan's perspective, you have to look into where they're going and how much they have to put into turning this around in the next seasons to come. Really,
I feel like they have a big summer coming up ahead, and clearly next season is going to be one of those big ones. The way I feel like if they don't go for a European run, right? Let's say no Europa, no conference. I feel like they would be in a better position next season. The way we've done it this season, they need a breather because they have no basics going on right now.
Yeah.
So if Liam is staying, they need to give him time for him to get his basics right, get the basic spine structure, the players he wants. Because you can't tell me he wants all those players available. Even the next coach coming in, he's clearly going to nitpick and all the whole bunch.
Yeah.
And then the rest have to move on.
Yeah. But it all depends on if they back the coach. He's been in scrutiny right now. We don't know if he'll be here next season. So Chelsea is an interesting scenario. I want to see how far they can take this. But it's looking scary for them in the next games.
Maybe the chat guys could deliberate before we wind up, man. Do you think Liam has the minerals maybe to turn around, man, whatever his future is looking like? Because it's not looking good right now, bro.
Yeah, and what's your pick for Chelsea? Do you think they're going to make it to the Champions League? Do you think they're going to make it to Europa? Or do you think they're going to go back to conference? You never know. So that's just today's situation, and the next games are looking difficult. And it would be nice to hear from you in the chat.
Yeah, man. But otherwise, man, United keep strength to strength, man. I expected us to come back from that loss, and clearly came back with a dub. So, Crxtal Mind, watch out for that Champions League football next campaign, man. Please.
Yeah.
Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, like and subscribe.